for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we are around the house, and I'm going to be trying some DIYs or some ideas that I've seen either on TikTok or Instagram, because I have some final touches that I need to do around my home for the Christmas season to finish up my decorating. So I'm going to be trying some ideas. I'm going to be adding some final decorating touches to my home. So if you'd like to see what those things are, keep watching. Now, when I'm around the house, around the holiday, I really love having on my pajamas. I love a nice cozy vibe anytime I can get it. And I also like smell goods in my house. So in addition to burning candles, this time of year, I love to have a simmer pot going in my home. So I'm gonna do that right now just to kind of get me in the Christmas spirit before I start my little work in here. So let me show you what I do with mine.
So I fill my pot up with some water, and then once I have my water in there, I go ahead and start to add my ingredients. And I just kind of add enough water to kind of cover what it is that I'm going to be putting in there. Now, I love using some fresh cranberries, so I just pour a few of those in there, and then I like to put some fruit in there. So I put some oranges in there, I put apples, if I have pears, whatever I have, I add in there along with some cloves, a little bit of ginger, and of course cinnamon. I love the smell of fresh cinnamon in a simmer pot. So we just cut everything up and then it just goes right on into the bowl. Now tell me below, do you do a simmer pot in your home for aromatherapy? And if you do, what do you mix in yours? I know there's a lot of different things that can be mixed in there. And sometimes I may have a few other pieces of fruit or whatever. It just depends on what it is that I have. But anyway, let me know below if that is something that you do. I'm going to be opening these cloves up and I'm going to stick them in the orange. I don't know why. I've never done that before. Typically, I just drop a few cloves down in the water with the pot and everything because I love the way that they smell. But today I was just feeling a little bit fancy for no apparent reason. And yeah, so that's what's happening here. I'm just kind of sticking some cloves down in the orange. So I eventually got tired of that and just kind of dropped some cloves down in there, which is what I should have done in the first place. I'm dropping my little apple in there. I'm sprinkling a little bit of ginger. I don't have any fresh ginger, but fresh ginger would work just fine, probably better if I had it. And a few cinnamon sticks, and this pot is ready to go on over on the stove. Now, while that's on the stove and starting to permeate the air and make the home smell very, very nice and festive, I'm going to go ahead and start with my projects. Now, typically, this is the way my kitchen looks. I not like to have my tea towels or dish towels on the oven door just for decorative purposes, but it's not a practical thing because when I open and close the oven door, they often fall off, which is definitely not what I want. So I saw this idea on Instagram and I decided to give it a try. So we're going to create a bow tie look with the towels on the door, and then that way they'll be more secure. So I'm kind of doing this from memory, and I'm going to tell you now it didn't turn out perfectly, but it was my first try, and I definitely will be doing it again because overall I like the way that it looks. But we're basically folding two towels here, and this big piece here is going to actually be the bow. And so I'm going to tie this around here and then just kind of scrunch it to give that bow effect here. So you see how it's looking kind of like the ones in my inspiration pieces. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it over on the oven door and see how it works. Now, if I had towels without writing on it and everything, it would be a lot better because this is going to be sideways, but that's okay. This is just an experiment to see if it works. And if it does, I definitely will be getting some other towels to make it look really, really nice. I love the way that this looks. The whole concept of it, I like it a lot. Now, this next idea that I saw that I really liked, I have been seeing it kind of like all over the place on my feed, and that's basically a vase with some fairy lights, some Christmas balls, some greenery, and I just love the way that these things look. And I said, that's an easy thing that I could do in my home somewhere. So, you know, I normally like to have fresh flowers on my island in the kitchen, but they're just getting to be a little bit too pricey and they're not lasting all that great. So I decided to use the vase that I typically put my taller flowers in and to create one of these looks. So I actually have two vases that I typically will use for my flowers. I have one that's a little bit shorter and more a larger one, and then I have a tall cylinder type vase. But anyway, we're going to try to do a little decorating in each of them. So I'm starting off with some fairy lights down in the bottom of the bowl, and then I'm going to add some fake snow that I had from previous years. We're just going to kind of pour that over into the bowl to cover up the lights or whatever. Love the way that the lights look kind of blinking in between the snow or whatever. Just gives a real nice magical look. And then I had these little mini wreaths, and I decided to kind of push that down in there to add some greenery into this bowl. So just imagine this at nighttime. You won't see the wires or whatever. You just see the little bit blinking of the lights and the snow and everything. I just thought that was so pretty. And then I had this candle here, which is this large pine cone. Now, this would not be functional because I would not burn the candle down in here. And this is one that has to burn. But if I had a flicker candle, a flameless candle, that would be so, so pretty. But I like the way that that turned out. Such an easy little project, and anything goes. You can put anything down in there. So now I'm going to work with this taller cylinder vase that I have, and I'm going to basically do the same thing as the I did in the other one, is in that I'm going to add a battery pack down in here to have some fairy lights in here, and then I'm going to add the remainder of the fake snow that I had down in there, just to kind of give that same look. But look at that snow going down in the vase. That's going to be so, so pretty. Love, love, love this idea. Now, this vase was a little bit harder to work with because it is narrow, so I was trying to determine what it is that I was going to put down in here. So I had this little stem here. It's a little bit too wide, but I did try it to see if I could get the look that I wanted, and it was a no-go. So I was on the hunt around my home, looking at things that I already have to determine what can I put in here to finish the look, to make this look the way that I want it to. And that greenery was not it. So we removed that, and then I found some smaller little stems here because I knew I wanted to have some greenery in here. So I added those little miscellaneous pieces in there, and I added a couple of pine cones down in there. And then you'll later see me go in with some Christmas ornament balls that I thought was so pretty to add some color. And I'm using my color scheme with those Christmas balls. So I'm using some of the golds and browns and things like that. So I love the way that this is coming together, and you'll see how I will style this once I get it completed. Now, this part of it is just trial and error. I'm just putting things down in here that I already have and kind of seeing if it looks the way that I want it to look, and taking things out that don't look right and all of that. So it took me a minute to kind of get this the way that I wanted it to look. But this is a really nice little project here, and this is something that you can use. Like I said, I'm going to use mine in the kitchen area. You can use it on your table. You can use it on a shelf. I mean, whatever, anything goes pretty much, whatever you like. But yeah, it's a great way, and it definitely is more affordable than those live flowers I was trying to do throughout the winter, because that's just not going to happen. So we'll have to get used to things like this and being a little bit more creative with my vases on those off weeks when I don't have live flowers. Now, as I started to get this together, or it started to come together, I had a great idea for where I actually wanted to use this. I originally thought I wanted to use it on my island, but as I was looking at it, I said, this would be perfect for my bar cart. And I had just the perfect spot for it. So I set it right there on my bar cart, and it looks so pretty with the little light coming through. Just a perfect addition to this space. I love it. Those were such easy projects and budget friendly because I used items that I already had. Okay, so these I did purchase, and there's some coffee spoons that I did not need, but I got them at Pottery Barn. I love the fact that they have the stag heads on the handle there. They're in the antique gold and silver, which was a perfect color. I love those. I love that they blended in nicely with the theme of my coffee station, because if you've been watching the channel, you know I already had these mugs here with the deer heads as well as the canister. So great addition.
Now I went to Whole Foods, and they always have these Belgian waffles in these packets. So I like to get a couple of those. The kids like to eat them, so I'll just add those to my little station here. Let's see if we can push that back a little bit. And then I also bought some candy here that are Ghirardelli's, and they're little snowmen. So I thought they were really cute. And they have the caramel in them, and they're individually wrapped. I've already been in there. But yeah, that's how they look. I got these from Ross. They're very small, so really cute. I'm probably gonna keep them in the box until, I mean, in this bag for a while, but eventually I may put them out in a candy dish. Do you all remember candy dishes? We always had one in our house, especially around Christmas time. So I find a better way for that to display these. But for right now, the bag is just fine. It's pretty.
So now moving on to my next idea. Now this is bowl that I put here earlier in the season when I decorated for Christmas, and I just felt like this area just needed something else. So as I was going through my Christmas stash and items that I did not use this year, I decided that I did want to use this deer. I love this deer. So I decided to bring him out and put him there. I think he's a great addition, and just what this little area needed. I just felt like I wanted a little bit something more. And so, yeah, he's really cute there. And moving right along, this has nothing to do with what we've been talking about, but this just came from Amazon. I needed something to help me to see my remote controls. And so they have these little silicone covers here, and you can put them on your remote and they glow so that you can see them at nighttime or whatever. I don't know if you're like me, but I am forever losing my remote. So these kind of help with that. It has a little string here that you can put like a little handle. I don't think I would need that. But I love these, and they come in a pack of two, and they're very inexpensive.
Now, I never put my wreath out for the Christmas season, so I'm going to go ahead and get this taken out of here and fluff it out and put it on my door. I'm very, very tardy this year with this.
Outdoor decorating for Christmas is not my thing. I'm just not a big fan of it. I do enjoy driving around and looking at people's lights and things like that, but it's just not for me. It's just not work that I'm willing to put in each year. So I do all my decorating in the house and very, very little outside. But I do like to have a nice wreath on the door if I don't do anything else. And this is a wreath that I have literally had for years. And I think it was last year, year before, I added some Christmas balls to it and some more greenery and things that I already had to just kind of give it new life because it's really old. But I think it looks really, really nice. I added some things to it to kind of brighten it up and everything so that you can see it really well from the road. But yeah, it works out just perfectly. Now, the problem is I have my fall swag up on a command hook, and it held it perfectly because it wasn't heavy at all or whatever. And I tried to put my wreath on there. As you can see, it didn't work. So we had to get my wreath hook and get that up there and put the wreath up there, and it'll hold just fine with that. So yeah, this is what this is looking like. I don't know how many years I've had this wreath, but been a long time. And by just adding some more Christmas balls and things like that to it, some pine cones, whatever you want to add to it, you give it new life. So last week at Aldi, they had their deer special, I call it, where they have their reindeer, the Pottery Barn dupe reindeers, as well as they have these tealight reindeer that I don't remember them having these in the past, but I wanted these. They were $4.99 each. And I just thought they were really cute. And so I picked up three of them, and I just have some little tea light candles on here that are shaped like little Christmas trees. I had a pack of those. So we added those in here, and I just thought they were just a cute little addition. Now I just got to decide where I'm going to put them because this was definitely just something I wanted, didn't necessarily have a need for it, and didn't even know what I was going to do with them. But we're going to figure it out today because they're staying here because I love them. I have been loving the screensavers on YouTube. This one is really pretty, and it's actually for the frame TV, but you really don't have to have a frame TV. You just go to the video and turn it on your TV. I like to have mine on mute because some of them have music, but I think they look so pretty and just create such a cozy vibe. And they literally have some of everything out there. But I've decided to put these little tea lights right here on my TV stand on top of these little books here. Like I said, these little deer, they're just so cute. I just love them. So I'm just placing them right here for now. I may end up moving them later on, but this is where we're going to give them their start. Did anyone go to Aldi and pick these little tea lights up or the other reindeer that they have? They were so nice. I really wanted some of the other reindeer, but by the time I got there, they were gone. So I know that a lot of people had actually camped out for these things. I couldn't believe that.
Well, that is it for me for today. I'm going to sit here and relax for the rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got some inspiration for decorating your home for the holiday or some finishing touches or whatever that you might want to do in your home. I'm just going to relax right now. I did get a new puzzle, so I'm excited about that. If you've been watching my channel, I shared a puzzle that I did, I don't know, several months ago, and I finished that and got it all framed. And so I'm going to start another one. And so I'm excited about that. This one's so pretty. I think I got it from Target. I ordered it online. I think it was from Target.com. But isn't that pretty? Or maybe Amazon, one of them. I don't know. If you're interested, I'll look it up and let you know. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you're not currently subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the post notification bell. That way we can stay connected. And to all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. And I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Definitely stop back by to see what I'm getting into next. See you later. Bye.